So if your friends were to describe you, what would they say?
Depends on who you asked. Most of them, I think now they would say that I was overall a good guy, that I'm ambitious to help people, and that I usually will go to any length to help people in recovery mostly. Like I've been an addict and an alcoholic for the first half of my life, and when I got sober, I found that like, man, I got a second chance at life. So I feel like it's my obligation to give other people a second chance at life and do whatever I can to provide that for them. And so I think I've made a statement in the community that that's who I am.
What's the nicest thing a stranger has ever done for you?
When I was, my world revolves around my recovery, so a lot of things are recovery related. When I first got sober, before I got sober, I was on probation, through adult probation and parole. I had some felonies that I was looking at going back to prison for a really long time, and I had violated my probation, so I went in to go see my probation officer. And all my life I hated probation officers. I hated cops because I usually saw them as an enemy, and because they locked me up, they threw me in prison, they locked my friends up, stuff like that. And anyway, I went to go check in to see this guy, and I was expecting to probably go to prison for about 10 years. And I sat across from him, and I told him that I violated my probation. I picked up another charge, and he looked at me and he's like, "Damian, what am I going to do with you?" In my mind, I thought, man, you're going to do the same thing that every PO or every cop's ever done with me. You're going to lock me up, and I don't know when I'm going to have freedom again. And instead, what I said is like, I need some help. And I barely knew this guy. I met him like once or twice before, and I was like, man, I need some help. And he looked at me and he asked me, he goes, "Have you ever received any kind of help before? Have you ever been to treatment or anything like that?" And I said, "No." And to my surprise, he goes, "I'm going to let you leave here today." He goes, "I'm not going to make you any promises, but I'm going to let you leave here today. And we'll set a court date, we'll see what will happen, but I want you to get into a program." And so when I got my year sober, like, I feel like that dude saved my life. When I got my year sober, I went and gave him one of my year coins and told him, "Thank you for saving my life." And it was like, he didn't need to do that. Like, and I think it was probably against protocol for him to do something like that because of my record and because of the type of person that I was. He should have sent me to prison. I feel like he went above and beyond what his call of duty as a probation officer was, and he saved my life. Yeah.
What's the most enjoyable part of your life right now?
Most enjoyable part of my life? I mean, I think life is great now. Like, I in contrast to the life that I used to live, like, I used to wake up and I hated the way that I felt, and I hated the person that I was, and I hated the things that I was doing. I felt like I was in a constant state of suffering. And compared to that, in contrast, man, I wake up every day and like, I have bad days, but in contrast, like, my days are amazing. You know, I'm not waking up in a prison. I'm happy that I live in a house. I got an amazing little dog that loves me. You know, I got a cat. I got friends all around me. I got amazing friends that just love me. I got my mom and dad that support and will do anything for me. And for a long time, the only time I get to see them was like when they come visit me in jail or visit me in prison, or when I'd call them collect. Like, that was the only time I'd be able to talk to them. And now, like, they stop by every Sunday. Like, that Sundays is our day, because they stop by and make sure that I'm here to see them, and I get to spend that time with them. For a long time, I was afraid that while I was in prison, that one of them was going to end up dead, and I was going to live with that regret. And so now, like, I don't think I'm the best son, but I get the opportunity to be a son, and so I try to be the best son that I can be.
If you could leave any wisdom with the world today, what would it be?
So I watched one of your other videos, and it was Ian, and I remember when you asked him that question, like, before he had even answered it, I thought the same thing. I would say, don't give up. And that's what he said. He said, don't give up. He says, when times get hard, don't give up, because life is going to get hard. Things are going to get rough. And throughout the last 9 years that I've been sober, I've experienced hurdle after hurdle. I've experienced pain after pain. And what I haven't done is I haven't given up. And because of that, I'm able to continue to live the good life that I'm able to live. And so that would be my advice. Don't give up when times get hard.
Right on, man. Thanks so much,
Yeah,
bro.
definitely.